Our 13th California female architect is Zelma Wilson. However, her maiden name was Zelma Gusson, and she was born November 23, 1918 in New York City. Her parents were William I. Gusson, born about 1888, and Rose C. Gusson, born about 1891, and both parents came to the United States from Russia in 1905. Zelma had just one sibling, a 3-year-old sister, Sylvia Gusson, born about 1915. In the 1930 federal census, the Gusson family still lived in New York City, though by about 1933 her mom, Sylvia, and Zelma had moved to Santa Paula, California, and Zelma's mom had married Ed Krause. Santa Paula is about 66 miles northwest of Los Angeles. Zelma's mom owned a fabric store in the little town, and both parents ran it. Zelma attended Santa Paula Union High School and was a member of the tennis team. Even though she became a good enough player to compete in the Ojai tennis tournament, her life's goal was to eventually become an architect. After high school, Zelma left Santa Paula in order to study art at UC Berkeley, about 366 miles northwest of Santa Paula. Yet she planned to pursue the study of architecture at the University of Southern California, USC, about 68 miles southeast of Santa Paula. Zelma's older sister, Sylvia, graduated from USC in 1936, and she married Paul Jericho. He went on to become a Hollywood screenwriter, 1941 Academy Award nomination for the Ginger Rogers comedy Tom, Dick, and Harry, and was recruited into the Communist Party, as many Hollywood persons were at the time. However, Sylvia stayed at USC to complete a graduate degree. It was also in 1941 that Zelma married Michael Wilson, a student and Marxist she had met at UC Berkeley. They made their home in Los Angeles while Zelma attended USC and received her degree in architecture. Michael Wilson was working on a novel, but brother-in-law Paul Jericho convinced him to try a hand at Hollywood screenwriting. Apparently, Paul said, "Hey, why don't you come down to Hollywood and make some quick money?" This was no doubt said while Michael was still at Berkeley. Hence, Michael became a screenwriter and joined the Communist Party as well. Zelma joined the Communist Party in 1938 and actually continued until 1956. However, Michael temporarily left screenwriting and his communist activities to join the Marines and fight in the Pacific during World War II. He returned to screenwriting in 1945, and it seemed that a peaceful life would be his and Zelma's lot. In fact, Zelma completed her architecture degree in 1947 and eventually had 2 daughters, so it appeared to her that life was on an even keel as well. Yet by 1947, the House Un-American Activities Committee, HUAC, began an investigation into people in the movie industry who were supposedly putting pro-communist themes into movies. However, it was indeed true, since there were, in fact, many communists in Hollywood who were trying to do what the HUAC presupposed. Michael Wilson modified for political purposes some of the George Bailey lines in Frank Capra's It's a Wonderful Life, though the result was fairly innocuous and was accepted by decidedly non-communist Capra. Nevertheless, Hollywood, mostly interested in the business and money, easily dumped the exposed Communist Party members, and the time of the blacklist began. Eventually, Michael Wilson was subpoenaed before the HUAC in 1952, and this was over Wilson's acclaimed film Salt of the Earth about New Mexico's zinc miners. The HUAC called the film dangerously subversive, and though Michael was not sent to prison, he was no longer allowed to work in Hollywood. In 1948, Zelma was employed as a draftsperson at the Los Angeles City Planning Department. However, she and her family moved to Paris, France, following the blacklisting of her husband in 1952, an exile that they imposed on themselves. While in Paris, Zelma studied sculpture at the École des Beaux-Arts, and she also became interested in cooking. During their exile, Michael co-wrote Lawrence of Arabia and wrote The Bridge on the River Kwai. They eventually returned to the U.S., and Zelma received her architectural license in 1957. She then worked with Richard Neutra, Austrian-American architect, Victor Gruen, father of the American Shopping Mall, Rudolf Schindler, another Austrian-American architect, and Rafael Soriano, one of the definers of mid-century modern architecture. The Wilsons moved to Ojai, about 83 miles northwest of Los Angeles, in 1964, and Zelma opened an architectural practice, Zelma Wilson and Associates. Some of her designs included churches, schools, Oak Grove Elementary School and Villanova Preparatory School, gymnasium, both in Ojai, community buildings, Ojai City Hall, Ojai Valley Athletic Club, libraries, Simi Valley Public Library. Simi Valley is about 43 miles northwest of Los Angeles. Banks, Iwata Garden Center, Ojai, shopping center, private residences, education center buildings at Meditation Mount in Ojai, a bridge on Creek Road. One of the churches was the St. Andrew's Episcopal Church in Ojai, and 4 photos now follow. Two of the homes designed by Zelma Wilson are shown in the following 2 photos. Zelma Wilson's designs won several awards, and she became a member of many civic and architectural boards and commissions. She also lectured on architecture at Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo, about 136 miles northwest of Ojai. Additionally, she was a member of the California Emergency Task Force on Earthquake Preparedness and numerous Ojai organizations, for example, Ojai Downtown Redevelopment, the Ojai Historical Preservation Commission, Ojai Valley Performing Arts Theater. In 1994, she was given the Lifetime Achievement in the Arts Award by the city of Ojai, yet she battled with emphysema during the last part of her life. Furthermore, Zelma became a widow in 1978 and received her husband's 1985 Academy Award for Salt of the Earth. Zelma died May 10, 1996, just a few days before she was to be a guest of honor at the Ojai Film Society. Zelma made an appearance in the 1987 television documentary called Legacy of the Hollywood Blacklist, in which she discussed what had happened to her family. Finally, she has a plaque at the memorial tree in Libby Park, Ojai, and it states, Zelma Gusson Wilson, FAIA, 1918 through 1996, pioneering architect, city planner, conservationist, teacher, mentor and artist, passionate protector of Ojai's beauty. Zelma indeed lived a full life on her own terms. You may not always agree with her politics, but we can accept her right to free expression. This is what she did in her architectural work as well, and much of what she built can still be enjoyed today, as of 2016.